Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of the GOAT, or the greatest of all titos, and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of all titos or uncles around the world. Possibly a few, but definitely not all.
It's interesting how a short prayer of surrender can change your mood. So as of yesterday's video, you remember I was talking about yung parang waking up to like a very overwhelming feeling, and throughout the day, parang short of saying I gave up, it just said, Lord, ikaw na po bahala. When I woke up today, pretty much did the same thing, pretty much said the same prayer, and everything fell into place. And I'm sure not a lot of you will appreciate that kind of opening to a video, pero parang gusto ko lang i-share, that prayer does work. Whatever it is that you believe in, you do not necessarily I'm not talking about, well, yes, I'm talking about Christianity, but whatever religion that you're into, I'm sure you pray. It's interesting when you pray and not just like mouth the prayer, you like deep down in your heart, like pour out your heart and soul. God is real, guys, and He does listen. I hope you believe that. So it's interesting now looking back. It's been 2 years since No Way Home came out, and I think hindi na siya spoiler, no? I'd like to talk about that for a while, and the entire story arc of Spider-Man, especially the Tom Holland one. It's interesting to me kasi because he technically came in during Civil War, and what Tony Stark did when he gave him the new suit, that was, I guess, not how the comics laid it out, yung story arc ni Spider-Man. Parang skinip na niya kaagad yung face na yun, and immediately went to the Civil War phase na binigyan siya ng new suit. Tapos pagdating ng Infinity War, in-introduce na technically yung Iron Spider suit. Pero what makes it very interesting dun sa No Way Home, especially dun sa last part, wherein the world doesn't know, basically it's not the spell wasn't what it originally was, wherein people will not know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Ngayon, the ending of the movie was that Peter Parker doesn't exist, or nobody knows about Peter Parker. So parang nag-start from zero siya. And then, the end of the movie, nakita mo, kasi nga, hindi na nga siya kilala. So, even yung AI, even the AI will not recognize him. Even the Stark Tech will not recognize him anymore. So he had to make his own suit. And finally, it came out na yun yung parang comic accurate na suit. So it's parang interesting how it ended that particular arc wherein parang lumabas yung totoong origin story ni Spider-Man, which now comes in full circle and brings back to the comics. Aliw lang. And speaking of comics, it's interesting how MCU, well, not naman MCU in mismo, but like the Hollywood in general, wherein syempre daming nagagalit ng mga fanboys, yung mga sobrang silang affected with how Hollywood has butchered the comics with the story. And it kind of makes sense kasi kailangan ngang it has to be something relatable, something medyo realistic. So it started out like when the first X-Men came out, parang nasabi, ba't hindi yung ganong original na costume nila, yung sa comics? Kasi I try to understand that if X-Men happened in real life, they wouldn't look like that. So medyo practical. So much appreciated yung mga ganong klaseng arc, yung mga ganong creative direction na ginawa ng mga movies. Like Transformers for that matter, like si Michael Bay. The way that he designed or conceptualized Optimus Prime, to be completely honest, was appreciated. Kailangan naman talaga ng leader na so dapat ganun talaga itsura ng truck. Oh, it would be nice kung from the beginning pa lang, ganun na yung original na itsura niya. Pero I think the first 5 movies had to happen para lalong ma-appreciate the 6th and 7th movie. So about The Flash,